welcome to the Gyaan podcast number 3. And believe me, this is going to be an exciting one. तो थर्ड एपिसोड के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं साग्निक कर्माकर। उनके बारे में जो भी बोलूँ कम ही होगा। वो डिजिटल मार्केटर हैं, स्टॉक मार्केट में ट्रेडिंग भी करते हैं, एक फेमस म्यूजिक प्रोड्यूसर हैं, एक ब्रिलियंट ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनर हैं, वो अपने आप में कंप्लीट एंटरप्रेन्योर। तो आज वो हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं स्पेसिफिकली 2 टॉपिक्स पे बात करने के लिए। पहला है स्टॉक मार्केट एंड दूसरा है फ्रीलांसिंग। और इस पॉडकास्ट में हमारे साथ शेयर करेंगे कि बिगिनर स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होनी चाहिए स्टॉक मार्केट ट्रेडिंग के लिए और फ्रीलांसिंग से पैसे कैसे कमाए जाते हैं। इसीलिए मेक श्योर कीजिए कि आप ये पूरा पॉडकास्ट देखें। डोंट मिस आउट एनीथिंग एंड गेट योर डोज ऑफ नॉलेज। So welcome Sagnik to third episode of Gyaan podcast series. तो सबसे
हाय।
पहले बता तू कैसा है?
बिल्कुल सही हूँ अभी तो। या आई एम कूल। बोल, तू कैसे है बता।
मैं भी बढ़िया, सब चल रहा है धीरे धीरे। और
सही तो है।
एनीवे, जैसा कि मैं जानता हूँ तेरे को, तू एक रेवोल्यूशनरी है।
अच्छा,
रेवोल्यूशनरी इन द सेंस, तूने जो एक कॉन्सेप्ट्स होते हैं फ्रीलांसिंग, एक अर्ली एज में पैसा कमाना, स्टॉक मार्केट में अर्ली एज में इन्वेस्ट करना, वो सब तूने किया है। मतलब अगर हम प्रैक्टिकली देखें तो इन सब बच्चों में से तेरे पास वो कॉन्फिडेंस था, वो करेज थी, जिसकी वजह से तूने ये किया। अब हम वही डिस्कस करेंगे कि इन सब चीजों में तेरी करेज आई कहाँ से, और हम वो
ओके।
टॉपिक्स को भी लेकर हम बात करेंगे जिसमें तूने एक्सेल किया है। और मैं चाहूंगा जो भी तेरे पास नॉलेज है तो हमारे व्यूअर्स को दे कि वो भी ये नॉलेज को सीख कर अपने लाइफ में अप्लाई कर सके।
या श्योर, लेट्स डू इट।
So coming to the first topic, freelancing.
या
आजकल बड़ा हवा बना हुआ है। पीपल आर टॉकिंग अबाउट
बिल्कुल।
फ्रीलांसिंग। क्या क्या चीजें आती है फ्रीलांसिंग में, फ्रीलांसिंग एक्चुअली है क्या, कौन कौन कर सकता है। तो ये सब क्वेश्चन लोगों के दिमाग में आ रहे हैं। तो
एग्जैक्टली।
मेरा भी क्वेश्चन है कि तू हमको अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर। एक बंदा जो जानता नहीं फ्रीलांसिंग क्या है, उसको तू एक्सप्लेन कर कि फ्रीलांसिंग होती ही क्या है।
Freelancing is basically like you're at a job, then you're earning for someone, right? Someone is your boss. And
राइट।
in freelancing, there's no like you're your own boss. You're earning like as per what you will like. Let's say you have an aim of 20 orders per month, you will do that, and that limit is not set by any other boss. It's your own thing. So you can call that like, yeah, definitely you can call that self-employed. And freelancing is, I mean, in these times, freelancing is more like a online thing now. Okay? Earlier it used to be, and now it has grown so much. Like freelancing is not like someone's part-time job or something. Like it has become someone's regular source of income. People have been earning crores per month from it. Okay, so it has developed to some kind of like a full-fledged profession or a job. Okay,
राइट।
what else?
नेक्स्ट चीज पे मैं जो आऊंगा कि फ्रीलांसिंग के बेनिफिट्स क्या है, कि हम लोग
Freelancing
अगर
के
बैठ के घर में फ्रीलांसिंग कर रहे हैं तो उससे हमको फायदा क्या होगा।
definitely first point I would say you can be your own boss. That's one point that like that's the most striking feature I found in this thing. और बाकी तो yeah, you can like you can fix your own working hours. That's one thing. You can always work from home. Like most of the freelancing thing, not to say that every freelancing job is like you can do it from home, but most of it. So freelancing, a lot of people who lost their jobs started freelancing in this lockdown, and they have grown a lot. So that those are some points you can count in as advantages.
Right.
Coming, if you ask me about like the disadvantages, then I'd
Mhm.
say that it's a very saturated market now, and it's very difficult to get in
Saturated
and
in the sense, saturated का मतलब समझा नहीं.
saturated in the sense because you like there are already well established players in the market. Okay, like there are already well established sellers. Now, obviously, if someone like is looking for a service, then he will obviously go for the person who has already completed like 100 200 orders, and not with someone who has like one order. Okay, that's the thing.
Hmm. Right. Coming to the next topic, what are the activities or jobs which come under freelancing? Like अगर तू ये चीज कर रहा है अपने आप से, तो मैं कह सकता हूँ कि तू एक फ्रीलांसर है.
Like there are, you can call, let's say there's a digital marketer. Okay, a person is doing digital marketing and he's in a firm and he's doing like a real job in a firm. And if that same person sits at home and does his like freelancing business from home and is not under any firm, then you can call him a freelancer. Okay. So there's almost every kind of job you can do as a freelancer. There's graphic design, there's like there's podcast editing, there's like everything you can imagine now. There's financial services you can provide, graphic solutions, audio solutions, everything. Like everything you can count in freelancing
अभी
as long it is done that way.
अभी टॉप थ्री अगर मैं पूछूंगा, टॉप थ्री मोस्ट पेइंग जॉब्स कौन सी फ्रीलांसिंग के अंडर पे?
SEO, search engine optimization, digital marketing, virtual assistant, and yeah, and the like everything which is related to company branding or marketing, that always stops the market. And and in the recent times, like it's rising, and it will continue this momentum.
Right. मैं जानता हूँ कि तू फ्रीलांसिंग कर रहा है पिछले कुछ सालों से, करीब 3-4 सालों से कि 2 सालों से. बता हम
You
लोग
can
कि
call
तेरे
that.
पास कितना एक्सपीरियंस. राइट. अच्छा, तो इन सालों में तेरा फ्रीलांसिंग के साथ एक्सपीरियंस क्या रहा है? तेरे क्या क्या मतलब यूनिक स्टोरीज है जो तूने एक्सपीरियंस की लोगों के प्रति? आई I मीन mean, कैसे उनको अप्रोच करता था, वो लोग तेरे को कैसे देखते थे, तो हमको थोड़ा बता उस चीज के बारे
पहले तो मेरे लिए freelancing has been a very exciting thing because I never thought I would be able to like talk to clients and make deals. Okay, like a professional like. So it was very exciting at first. At first, I thought I won't get any clients because it was already so saturated. There were so many big players in the market already. But then I don't know, maybe I presented the work in some unique way, or maybe it was just luck. I got in, like I got my first client,
में.
and the moment like got my first client, after that it was a whole the number of clients every month they just kept on increasing. So the experience was very
Right.
good. There was no like negative points I can say about it. You get paid well, like according to what job you do, what service you provide. I've never
Mhm.
had like bad bad scenes with my client ever. So till now, I would say freelancing has given a lot to me. Apart from like financial factors, it has given. like a lot of like professionalism in working, like then group works, teamwork. It has given a lot of that to me, and I thank.
हम्म। अच्छा, फ्रीलांसिंग के मार्केट में एंटर करना मुश्किल है कि उस मार्केट में मेंटेन करना अपने आप को क्लाइंट फ्रेंडली लेना वो मुश्किल है?
Definitely, see if you entering into a market, it's easy. Okay, you just
हम्म,
open you just open a Fiverr account. There are many websites like there's Freelancer, freelancer.com. There's Fiverr. There's Paperwork. There's many. But then you get in, and even if you get your first client, either by luck or either like skill, but
हम्म,
then sustaining in the market, like just it's just like a business. It might make a few sales, then it might die. But sustaining in that market, it's difficult because people I've seen people who just get into the market and then make sales and then they provide like I mean products below the market standard. They provide such services, so they eventually die. Their business dies. So that's something. Consistency is key. Consistency of delivering good products is key in this
हम्म।
market, and that's what most people fail to do, and they just it's the downfall then. So definitely the sustaining part.
And coming to the comparison between freelancing and business, so what would you prefer, business or freelance? A complete business or freelance?
Okay, I would definitely like I started with freelancing, and there are people who started with freelancing and then converted it to actual big business. Hmm. So let's say I started with graphic design and then eventually I get so many clients and I make a name for myself in the market and then I go on, let's say, a company, a design company. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're as a freelancer, you're, I mean, you won't get like big whale clients. Let's say uh, you won't get a university to design. Like if you're a a graphic designing freelancer, then you won't get your a company, a big company to approach you for your work. So when you become a company, then you will get all those big whale clients, institutional clients. So definitely I'd prefer the business thing. Like it will take time for a person to build, like to go from freelancer to business. So it will take time, but definitely the business part,
Mm-hmm.
I would like that.
कुछ बिग वेल क्लाइंट्स का नाम बता सकता है?
Yeah, definitely. There, like in my case, like I used to design album covers, like the artwork you see on songs, like on Spotify or Apple
राइट,
Music, you see the artwork. So there have been several like big record labels I've worked with.
राइट।
There are big artists and there are big record labels as well. Now the record labels I have worked with like many EDM big record labels based in the Netherlands, based in like most of my institutional client base is from the Netherlands and North America. Like
राइट।
I won't name them here, but yeah, the base is there.
तूने बिजनेस प्रेफर किया, अब कुछ लोगों के दिमाग में ये भी आ रहा होगा कि हम लोग बिजनेस नहीं करना चाहते बल्कि हम जॉब के लाइन में आगे जाना चाहते हैं। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि तू जॉब और फ्रीलांसिंग के बीच में भी कंपैरिजन कर कि उन लोगों के लिए ये सेंस बैठ जाए दिमाग में कि हमको जॉब में आगे बढ़ना है कि फ्रीलांसिंग करनी है।
Hmm. So like the student will definitely understand कौन सा ज़्यादा better है because in a job it depends on job to job. ठीक है, like there might be some job which is providing you a lot of like perks, and you'll be happy with it, and flexible timing. So you won't feel like you're at a stressful job. But then freelancing deletes all those problems already. So like ultimately, if you try to convince your parents, if someone tries to convince their parents that I don't want to do a job, I don't want to go to the corporate field and I want to go to the freelancing field. See, nothing speaks until money speaks for itself. If you show them a paycheck for the last month that you made 70K last month, they will believe you. Yeah, freelancing is a thing. And if you just spit in words, so they won't believe you. Nobody will believe you that very well. Like freelancing is an actual thing and you can earn like six figures from that. Nobody believes that. So job and this, it depends from job to job कि कैसा होता है वो job को work environment and what are the perks available. So definitely the most striking difference between the two is that you have someone who is supervising you at the job, and back in freelancing there's no one. You're your own boss. So I think that's the most striking feature, like the striking difference between the two.
अच्छा, मैं जब और एक चीज़ पे आना चाहूँगा कि बहुत सारे लोग फ्रीलांसिंग के बारे में सुन रहे हैं और मेरे ख्याल से उन लोगों के मन में इंटरेस्ट भी जागा हुआ। तो
Yeah.
अब मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि एक व्यक्ति जो अभी 11th में है, 10th में या 12th में है, जो थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज गेन कर रहा है और फ्रीलांसिंग
हम्म,
में जाना चाहता है, वो
हाँ.
फ्रीलांसिंग में जाए कैसे और उसके और उसके लिए रिक्वायरमेंट्स क्या है फ्रीलांसिंग में जाने के लिए? लाइक बेसिकली हाउ टू बिकम अ फ्रीलांस इन सिंपल वर्ड्स।
Okay. So in freelancing, simple thing is you're selling a skill. Okay. Now, be it like your skill of guitar, be it your skill of making artworks, be it editing a video, those are skills you can sell. Now, if you have that skill, or if someone does not have that skill, he or she might generate that skill, become skilled with courses or whatever training. Now, once that person has those skills, they can, like nowadays you can just cold call some business owners and ask them, do you need some video editing services, do you need some graphic designing services? You won't do that. It does not work this way in this era. So there are several platforms like Fiverr, there's Paperwork, there's freelancer.com, there's Upwork, there are many. Okay? And these are marketplaces where a buyer meets a seller. So people who want to do freelancing, who want to earn some money with their skills, they can just go to these websites, register themselves, and put out what they have to offer. And once they put it out, the buyer will see them. Like the buyer who, let's say, if you put out a gig about uh, video editing, now someone wants to get his travel video edited. He will obviously go to these platforms and search for it, and then you'll meet your client, make your first client, grow. Okay, so the first step people have to do, find your skill, and then go to the websites, like the marketplace websites, and list whatever you have to offer, and then there's this journey.
राइट। अब तो कोर्सेज के बारे में बात किया, तो कौन कौन से ऐसे साइट्स है उसको तो प्रेफर करेगा कि जो सीखना चाहते हैं वो वहाँ से जाकर अपना कोर्स लेकर अपने स्किल सेट में नए स्किल्स ऐड कर सकते हैं? 2 से 3
There
का
are,
तो नाम बोल सकते
okay, definitely, okay. Like in the recent times, free courses and paid courses, both, like widely accepted courses with certificates, they're available. Like they're on a rise now. Like there's Coursera, there's Udemy, Then there's even like Google itself offers a lot of courses on ads, then marketing, then Google ad management, all that. So these are free from the Google part. These are free. There's a website called Skills Google, I believe. So it has a lot of
Mhm.
free. Okay, there's a lot of free courses. Then there's Coursera and Udemy. I believe some are paid and some are free. And people should like choose. There are many platforms you can get courses from, but people should choose which what works for them. I mean, they
Right.
should not go for very off the beat courses and then mess up. Okay.
Mhm. Right. So coming to the last question under the topic of freelancing, how do you see freelancing in India? Basically, what's the future of it, and how would you deal with the challenges which will come in the future?
Freelancing in India is growing at a rapid rate now. It's not like it started like a year back. It has been around for quite a while now, and it's just growing because youth, they're just finding new ways of earning money and like growing the skill set. Now, this new like people now, students now, they're always on the like they have always the urge to learn something new and like earn money and like the primary motivation of students is getting a side income. Okay,
Right.
so in India, it's growing at a rapid rate, and in the future, I see a really bright future for this because young people, there's surplus of young people in this country, and yeah, many freelancing companies are also like they're entering the Indian market, so it will just grow. It will just grow and grow, and a lot of people will shift from their regular jobs to freelancing, I believe.
Right. ये अच्छा है, देख रहे हैं कि लोग साइड इनकम पे ज्यादा फोकस कर रहे हैं। लोग को भी पता चल गया इतनी जॉब्स नहीं है कि सबको जॉब्स मिल सके, और जो लोग एक कंप्लीट बिजनेस सेटअप करना नहीं चाहते उनके लिए फ्रीलांसिंग एक मिडिल वे है, बीच का रास्ता है। एंड आई होप
Yeah,
कि ये जो बीच का रास्ता है आगे चल के बड़ा और रास्ता। सो
yeah.
कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट ह्यूज टॉपिक जिसके बारे में अभी इंडिया में बहुत ज्यादा चर्चा चल रही है, पीपल आर
Sure.
यू नो गेटिंग टू नो थिंग्स अबाउट इट। कुछ कुछ अभी वेब सीरीज से रेवोल्यूशन आया है। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट
Okay,
स्टॉक मार्केट। स्टॉक मार्केट।
I guessed
अब
it. I
अब
thought
राइट
like
राइट।
about the
तो
web
अभी
series.
स्टॉक मार्केट को लेकर अभी स्टॉक मार्केट को लेकर इतने लोग इन्वॉल्वमेंट चाह रहे हैं उसमें कि मेरे ख्याल से जब से स्टॉक मार्केट शुरू हुआ होगा तब से
Hmm.
लेकर इतना ज्यादा ट्रैफिक कभी स्टॉक मार्केट में नहीं आया।
Definitely, you're right. Totally right. And like the interest grew in this last 1 year. Like after the crash, it like grew manifolds, and the returns grew as well. Like similar way.
राइट। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं चाहूंगा कि स्टॉक मार्केट से रिलेटेड कोई भी 5 टर्म, 5 टर्म्स उसको अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर कि लोग जो स्टॉक मार्केट के बारे में, इन्वेस्टिंग के बारे में, ट्रेडिंग के बारे में जानते नहीं है, वो 5 टर्म्स पे वो अपना फाउंडेशन बना सकते।
5 terms. Okay. Definitely two terms I like to say: bull market, bear market, and a less point which is heard. It's a consolidation market. Bull market is obviously the green market you see, where the prices keep on increasing, and the bear market is when the bears like or the sellers take the action and it keeps on
Mhm.
decreasing. And then consolidation is a phase of the market where like the buyers and sellers are neutral. And
Right.
if you see the chart, it's just a sideways market. It does not go up, it does not go down. It's just a sideways market. People don't make big money unless they're making scalping trades. Okay. One more word from this, there's scalping. There's a lot of things like there's investing, there's day trading, there's swing trading, there's option trading, futures and options derivatives. You can trade that. So there's a thing called the word is scalping. Now, what is scalping? A lot of people want to play around with a lot of money. Let's say you have 30 lakhs in your demat account and a stock makes a very small move, like a 5 rupee move in $1,000, 1,000 rupee, let's say 1,000 rupee stock, and it makes a 5 rupee move, and you want to capture that 5 rupee move and then make a lot of money. So you put in 30 lakhs, grows 5 rupees, you just get out of the trade. So
Mhm.
that's a scalping move. Scalping move is making money on very short moves in the stock. So that's the fourth word I'd say. And if the thing, fifth thing I would like to associate with the word stock market is psychology, because apart from knowing technical
Right.
factors, apart from doing fundamental analysis and all that, psychology plays a really, really big part. Like every like big trader you ask, every big investor you ask, psychology has played a big role in whatever they have come up to at this point. Okay,
Mhm.
so these are the five words I can list out.
राइट। मैं सुन रहा था एक चीज होती है इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग और इंटर डे ट्रेडिंग।
Yes.
बेसिकली दोनों सेम ही साउंड करते हैं, बट मैं जानता हूँ कि तो हम लोग को इसके बीच का डिफरेंस समझा पाएगा, तो उस पर थोड़ा लाइट थ्रो
Hmm.
करो।
So intraday, if you buy and sell a share within a day, that is 9:15 to 3:30 in the afternoon. If you do it between that, you buy it. If you buy it at 20, it goes to 25 by afternoon. You sell it. That's intraday. If you buy
राइट।
it today at 20, and let's say after 2 days you sell it at 25 or whatever, so then that is interday, or you can call it swing trade. So when it's done within a day, it's intraday. When it's done like over few days, let's say 2 3 days, so then it's interday.
राइट।
Yeah.
So coming to the next topic, this scenario of stock market in India. What changes have you
Scenario.
seen? Right. What changes have you seen last year, and why are young people getting motivated to invest in the market?
The changes, there's like after the COVID crash of March 2020, it started a big bull run, and I believe it won't stop yet, because if you look at the charts, 2018 to 2019, if you look at indexes, if you look at mutual fund returns, they will like really like not a small move, but a normal move. But then if you look at March 2020 to today, it's giving like 102%, 200% return just on the indexes like Nifty 50, all that, or Bank Nifty.
Mm,
So a huge equity bull phase started, and it's not ending yet. Like a lot of people, a lot of analysts around the world are predicting huge crash, but I don't see it anywhere near. Like, I'm talking about young investors. I would say it was because it started because of thrill and the thrill of operating in the stock markets and obviously making a lot of money. So those are two factors. And obviously, there are people who get motivated by the actual art of this market. And there are people who get motivated by them, like movies or shows. Okay, then like I'm not saying anything, like it's not negative. It's good that you are entering this market, but there are
Mhm.
people who get interested by, like, get motivated by different media to get into this, and it's cool because a lot of young people are getting into it. It's cool to manage money already. So it develops a sense of professionalism and like the understanding the value of money. So it's cool, like whatever it is, like like whatever way they have actually got into this market, motivated to get into this market. Ultimately, the thing is, they're doing it they're doing it for a good cause. It will help them in the future.
राइट।
Hmm.
सभी मूवीज और वेब सीरीज के बारे में तूने मेंशन किया, मैं आऊँगा स्कैम 1992 पर, हर्षद मेहता का स्टोरी। आई गेस तूने भी देखी होगी वो।
हाँ, देखिए।
उसने एक रेवोल्यूशन लाया, ये कोई बोलने की बात नहीं है। तो तू हमको थोड़ा बहुत समझा कि उस सीरीज में ऐसा क्या था, क्या उसकी स्टोरी इतनी कंपेलिंग थी कि इतने ज्यादा लोग ऑन अ लार्ज स्केल इंटरेस्टेड हो गए स्टॉक मार्केट में। बेसिकली मैं पूछ रहा हूँ उस मूवी का मैजिक क्या, आई मीन वेब सीरीज का मैजिक क्या।
मैं तो बोलूंगा कि it was completely, like, people always like underdogs. Like whatever the movie is, people always like a Dawn like thing or a hero like person or an underdog who rose. Okay? And he is now going on to achieve big things. So people always like watching movies or shows like that. And obviously there's the thrill of making money. Like there's rapid digits, numerical, like all money. So it's always the thrill, and people, because they like, I mean, characters like that, characters like Harshad Mehta, at least what he has been portrayed in that show. So I think that's what strike in the minds of people. So that's why it was such a big hit. And it is actually, they have like every single detail they have portrayed in a nice way. So it was a good show.
राइट। मतलब स्टोरी बड़ी कंपेलिंग थी और एक्टर्स की एक्टिंग इतनी अच्छी थी कि लोगों के दिमाग में वो इम्प्रिंट होकर रह गए।
हाँ, exactly.
अच्छा, अब मैं आऊँगा ना रियल वर्ल्ड टॉक। मैं तुझे पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि तू ट्रेडिंग करता है स्टॉक मार्केट में,
Yeah.
एज फार एज आई नो कुछ सालों से कर भी रहा है। तो जितने साल तू किया है अभी तक, तेरा उसमें एक्सपीरियंस क्या है? और अगर कोई ट्रेडिंग करना चाहता है तो कौन से एप्लीकेशन, कौन से साइट, तो क्या क्या चाहिए जिसके थ्रू वो ट्रेडिंग के अंदर घुस सकता
So there is like the first requirement is a demat account for investing. Like if you're investing in stocks directly or trading. Now of course there's mutual funds, there are index funds, ETFs. So you can invest through in them through banks. Like there are different financial institutions you can, but if you go for trading and like individual stock investing, there's always a demat account from it. There are big players like Zerodha, Upstocks, Fires, Alice Blue. So I've used Fires and Zerodha both, and I would say till now Zerodha is the most like seamless user interface, and like there are glitches always happening in every broker. Okay, but for me, I personally prefer zero. Yeah. So
right.
for the people who are like starting out, there are a lot of like brokerage brokerage rates are basically the same with all the brokers, but it's more like what user interface you like. Hmm.
अच्छा,
The
मैं ये
order
जानूंगा
placement system. Yeah,
वो ब्रोकरेज रेट का जो सिस्टम है, पूरा जो क्या कहते हैं, कैसे क्या होता है, वो तू थोड़ा बहुत
yeah.
समझा।
Brokerage rates, see, the most of the brokers have intraday पे 20 rupees or 0.03%, and this is intraday, and futures and options पे there's 20 rupees का fees. And in, I guess, in equity for like holding, then it's free. There's no charges. That's only the brokerage. But then there's
राइट,
tax, there's stamp duty, there's SEBI ka duty. So there are different charges which remain constant through all the brokers. And like the 20 rupees charge, like the brokerage they are taking, that is that is similar. Like every broker has the 20 rupees or lower. So
राइट,
ultimately people should not get confused that 20 rupees le raha hai to bhai it's below one. There's a lot of hidden fees, not hidden fees, but people like the brokers don't show it up front, but there's a lot of fees involved backside.
राइट।
Yeah.
नहीं, अच्छा है तूने ये चीज़ समझा दी। अब मैं और एक चीज़ पूछूंगा कि अगर किसी को ट्रेडिंग सीखनी है, स्टॉक मार्केट में सीखना है फ्रॉम द बिगिनर टू द एडवांस लेवल, वो कहाँ से सीख सकता
Obviously, the people selling courses, there are expensive courses, there are good ones at like cheap prices, and there's always like YouTube, there's always YouTube, but I won't recommend YouTube as a like primary learning like source. Okay, so you can definitely take up a course, read a lot of books. There's a lot of like e-books available about trading,
है? कोई बुक
and
जो तू
yeah,
रिकमेंड करना चाहेगा?
there's Intelligent Investor. Then there's a book by Steve Burns about trading psychology. That's one I would recommend. Then these are the like the fundamental things. Then there's a lot of books by Peter Lynch. There are around three books, I guess. So and then there's like the technical element of trading. So you can always learn like the updated things about technical analysis from the internet. There's a lot of blogs. There's Investopedia. There's Zerodha Varsity. Okay, it's the Zerodha has always that also that knowledge platform, so people can go there and learn. It's like knowledge pack. So that's one I'd recommend. And yeah, people should always like learn and then put in real money. Unless you have a lot of funds to play with, then that's a different thing. But people like who are like investing a significant amount from their like total earnings, then they should definitely learn a lot, do make paper trades first, and then go into hmm. So like paper
पेपर
trading is
ट्रेड्स
like
का मतलब समझा दे एक बार।
uh, paper trading is like simulation where you don't put in real money, but you're able to capture like whatever actually happens in the market in real time. So I mean, you can backtest the strategies you've read about. You can calculate like you can. It's just a simulation, like just like you drive a car, and then we can play games at home like the simulation games. It's just like that. You just don't put in real money. Okay. Otherwise,
तो
everything is same.
सिमुलेशन के लिए कोई ऐप सजेस्ट कर सकते हो?
There are a lot of like one the whole feature pack thing is TradingView. TradingView has a paper trading platform, and there are very like I haven't used them, but there are apps on the Play Store and Apple Store for paper trading. I don't
हम्म,
remember the names, but I'll definitely recommend TradingView का paper trading platform.
राइट। एक पर्सनल क्वेश्चन है,
Yeah.
बुलिश है कि बियरिश है? लाइक तेरी आइडियोलॉजी किसके साथ मैच करती है?
Um, मैं अभी current scenario से I would say it's bullish because I think there's a lot of momentum left to be played with, and market कभी ना like it does not go straight away high like like total high in a day. It always goes, makes pitfalls, goes, pitfalls. So obviously it will grow. There may be some corrections in the short term, but it will grow. Like I personally make more of bearish trades to
हम्म,
earn, but in like the current scenario, I think it will be bullish. Yeah.
राइट। अच्छा, ज्यादा सोचोगे तो ज्यादा मिलेगा। एनीवे, कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, मेंटल हेल्थ while trading in the stock market, मतलब ट्रेडिंग ग्रीड के साथ करना कैसे अफेक्ट करता है मेंटल हेल्थ को, और क्या तीन क्वालिटीज होनी चाहिए एक इंसान में जिसको भले ही कम नॉलेज हो या ठीक से नॉलेज नहीं ले नहीं पाया हो या सीख रहा हो, बट क्या वो तीन क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए या उसने डेवलप करनी चाहिए कि वो स्टॉक मार्केट में जाकर एक लॉन्ग टर्म गेम खेल सके?
First, there's patience. Patience के बिना लाइफ में तो होता नहीं है कुछ. Everybody knows that. And in
सही
the
बात।
stock market, it's very intensive. Like the patience factor, it's very intensive. Now, people, if they look at a stock and then like they got in at 100 and they're hoping to get 150 by the end of 2 3 months, and they can't like hold on to it. They don't have the patience. They'll exit like before their target reaches like the 150 ka target, and then बाद में they'll like I missed it, it was my fault. So obviously patience pays off. Secondly, there's emotions. Emotion, like emotion, like a big difference between like a newbie trader and a professional trader who's off making millions is this like emotion factor, controlling emotions. I mean, you get into a trade, a big trade, let's say, and within a minute you lose like 5,000. Okay, and then your brain will tell you that I'm already in loss. I need to get out of this. There's a lot of emotions in your mind, like I cannot take this anymore. I cannot take. Now, a professional trader, what he does this, he will just, it's okay. I'll have to accept the loss. I'll let it go for some time. If I make a loss, it's the part of the journey. I'll accept it. So, newbie traders, emotions affect that. They cannot control it. They cannot accept it. They exit in huge losses and end up blowing bank accounts of 1 lakh in a month. Okay, so emotion is the second one. And the third one, I'd say, uh, third one, I will definitely say that psychologically, people should not go for very unrealistic targets. Okay,
राइट।
like I said, that a stock does not move in a day. Like it would 100 rupee stock won't. Obviously, there's upper circuits and lower circuits, but then the stock doesn't move like rapidly every time. It will just grow, grow, grow. There are always correction points. there's always pitfalls. So people should not set unrealistic targets about their like investing journey. If you There are people, there are professional investors and traders who made losses for the first 10 years, made losses for the first 5, 10 years, and then they got at that stage where they consistently make money. Like the key is,
Right.
hmm, like the key is to make consistent returns, not big returns. If you're making it consistent, you will definitely make it big in the market. So yeah, consistency is the key.
राइट।
Yeah.
अभी हमने बात की कि मेंटल हेल्थ कैसे अफेक्ट होती है और क्या रोल प्ले करती है स्टॉक मार्केट में। अब मैं जो क्वेश्चन पूछने वाला हूँ और ये हमारा लास्ट क्वेश्चन रहेगा कि नॉर्मल डेज रेगुलर लाइफ में अभी जो सिनेरियो चल रहा है कोविड सिनेरियो उसमें तू कैसे पॉजिटिव रहता है और कैसे तू फोकस कर पाता है अपने काम में चाहे जो भी तू कर रहा है।
I always try to keep myself busy, okay, with like positive things, I'd say, and not look at the like we are stuck at home for more than a year now, and people have like learned a lot of things in this time to cope up with the stress and this like
हम्म,
depressing thing. So for me, I just walk out and I learn new things, wake up early, work out, and then just learn new things. Maybe if you're learning some instrument, practice it every day. If you're doing trading, then learn about it every day. See, matlab, for me, कुछ भी हो, like learning about new things, it's always exciting for me. ठीक है? So I always try to learn new things. Like the same thing, I try to learn a new thing, and it led me to freelancing, and it like broadened my life. So you
right.
never know it's going to help you. So I try to do that. There's working out, there's learning new things. Yeah, that's all. That's all I do to cope up with that. Like that helps.
राइट, जैसे कि अभी पॉजिटिव रहना एक चैलेंज है बट
Yeah,
challenges are good। नहीं, सही बात बोली तूने कि अपने आप को बिजी रखना एंड एवरीथिंग इज वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट ड्यूरिंग दीज टाइम्स। सो
yeah.
moving to the last segment, what will be your message to our viewers?
So I'll definitely tell because people who will watch this are always like the people of my age or like the young people. So I'll definitely say that don't like don't stop learning new things. Even even if you're lazy, then just push yourself and learn something new. Because that's going to do nothing else than just help you in the future. Like you can add stuff to your resume always. You can be a better person from these things. Like learning new skills, learning new things, it always helps. If you like try to wake up early, take a, try to work out. If you if you want to get into shape, just work out. Like push yourself and just learn new things, do new things, learn new things. That's what I will say. And like there's lot of free knowledge to take. So whatever your interests are, you can dive deeper into it. And yeah, that's what I will say. Man.
So थैंक यू वेरी मच तू हमारे साथ अपना नॉलेज शेयर किया। तो
It
हमारे
was a
साथ
nice experience.
राइट, मुझे भी बड़ा सीखने को मिला तेरे से। खाली एब्जॉर्ब
Yeah,
कर लो नॉलेज फिर उसको अप्लाई करो, यही काम होता है बस।
यही काम है exactly.
चल ठीक है, थैंक्स आने के लिए,
Yeah,
शेयर करने के
I
लिए।
was glad to be a part of this. I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me over.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।